Hello.
Hello.
Yes, Shreya. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
बस हम स्टार्ट करते हैं. Just 1 second, ठीक है? Let other people join. Okay, let's start with our session. Okay. So today we are starting a new chapter in CAT VRC exam, that is CAT Parajumble questions with solutions, right? So first of all, what are parajumble questions? See, parajumble questions look like this, where you will get one question named, we'll solve this question, and then you will get a, you can say, an idea that what kind of questions you want to get in your final examination. All right. So in this thing, there will be 5 options given to you. Here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 sentences are given to you, and these are in shuffled form. These are not at all in sequence. You have to decide the sequence of these particular questions. All right. So how to decide the sequence? Basically, by reading the questions properly, by reading the options properly, I'll show you what is the basic strategy of solving these questions. See, this is the agenda. This is the process of solving these kind of questions. The first thing is the context. So there will be like 5 options. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sentences will be given to you. You need to read the context. Context means what is the basic title can be given to these all 5 points. And if you'll find a title, for example, you know that according to these 5 options, the topic is about history of something or history of any civilization. Suppose Egyptian civilization. Then all the options will be related to that particular kind of history. And you have to focus on that which sentence comes after what, right? Then you need to make a paragraph out of it. You need to relate all the options all together. See, here also in my previous lecture, I have guided you that in para summary, you have to find out the summary, a conclusion for the particular options. And here, particular options are given to you, you have to just jumble it, right? And the summary will be in front of you. All right. Then you need to process that what this paragraph is all talking about. Right, you need to understand that what is the process, how first suppose in first option it is written about history, and in the second option they are talking about this subject. right? This word is used for history. So you can easily relate, yes, that one and second options are interlinked and they are equal to each other, right? So the first option in the para jumble will be 1 and then it will be 2 because history is related to this word pronoun. This is a pronoun which actually depicts the word history here. So you need to process these kind of pronouns, these kind of subject verb agreement. You have to focus on the grammar part as well side by side while making any jumbled sentence, right? After that you need to decide a sequence. For example, if your first option is related to the second option, if your fourth option is related to the fifth option, then you know that the third option is still pending, right? So now you can relate that first is related to the second one, second is related to fourth, and fourth is related to fifth. So maybe fifth, after fifth, there can be a third option. So this is how you will decide the sequence by relating one sentence with the other. And you can find this jumbled sentence very easily, right? Now we will practice some of the CAT questions. Now here it is written 2018, but we will start with 2020 questions. All right. Now you can see the para jumble questions will be 4 in your exam and the total marks will be 12. So it's a very high weightage, right? So according to the weightage, you need to focus 110% on these kind of questions so as to get your answers. And I will make you practice all the questions all together today. Now let's start with the very first question. Okay, in the very first question, when we'll read the statements, for example, I read the statement, the 5 sentences labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 given in the question, when properly sequenced, form a coherent paragraph. So when these are sequenced, it will make a paragraph. Each sentence is labeled, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a number. Decide on the proper order for the sentences and key in the sequence of 5 numbers as your answer, right? So after reading the instructions, we will read out all the options first of all, and then we can start relating our particular sentences. All right. So now in the very first question, it is written, scientists have for the first time managed to edit genes. They are editing genes. This is one aspect. This is second aspect. In a human embryo to repair a genetic mutation. What they are doing? They are repairing a genetic mutation. This is a third column. Fueling hopes that such procedures may one day be available outside laboratory conditions. So they are hoping something out of it, right? They are actually talking about the human embryo. They are talking about editing genes in the human embryo, right? And repairing the mutation. Then second option says the cardiac disease. Now they are talking about disease, another aspect. It is not related to the very first option because in first option, nothing was mentioned regarding the disease. So this is another aspect, first aspect. Causes sudden death in otherwise healthy young athletes and affects about 1 in 500 people overall. Now this disease, what this disease does, actually, they are mentioning that in the second option, which is not at all related with the very first option. Let's check out the third option now. Correcting the mutation, yes. Now here they were in the first option talking about editing genes. They are talking about correcting the mutation in the gene would not only ensure that the child is healthy, they're talking about health, which is related to second option, but also prevents transmission of the mutation to future generations. By repairing the mutation, what it will do in the future, that is mentioned here in the third option. Okay, so we'll leave it for now. In the fourth option, it is said, it is caused by a mutation. Now here you can see it is a pronoun. What is it here? You need to focus on all the other options to refer this it to a particular sentence. It is caused by a mutation. Now something has been caused by a mutation in the particular gene and a child will suffer from the condition even it inherits only one copy of the mutated gene. It means that mutation, it is caused by a mutation. Mutation causes something. What is that something? We need to focus on that part, right? In a particular gene. And if a child inherits that one copy of mutated gene, he have to suffer, right? Fifth option says, in results announced in the Nature this week, scientists now here in the first option, you can see you have marked the word scientist. Here also, you can mark the word scientist. You can just link it all together. Fixed mutation. Fixed mutation means repair a genetic mutation. Third link is also done. First link is also done. That thickens the heart muscle, a condition called hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. Right. Now, this is a particular disease which can occur by fixing the mutation, because fixing the mutation can thickens the heart muscle, and when the heart muscle is thickened, it is called hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. Right. This is a disease. Now you can create a very you can say clear link. That first has a link with fifth option, right? First option says scientists for the first time editing genes and repairing the mutation. In fifth option, it is saying scientists fixed a mutation and thickens the heart and talking about the disease. So ultimately, they are trying to repair a mutation by mentioning a particular disease. So one has a direct connection with fifth option. And here, this disease is caused by mutations. So it refers to this disease, hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, right? It refers to that particular disease. So fifth option has a connection with fourth option as well, right? But when we check about this thing, the cardiac disease, now you can see that hypertrophic cardio here, they are talking about myopathy. It thickens the heart muscle. This is a particular thing. So they are talking about this disease here in the second option. So first, fifth has a direct connection with the second one, because they are mentioning the disease, and in fourth option, it refers to this part, the cardiac disease. I think it's very clear, right? First option is a connection with fifth. Fifth has a connection with the second option, because here they are talking about hypertrophic, and we can relate it to disease, and it can cause sudden death in many young athletes and as well as affect people a lot, right? And the second option has a direct connection with the fourth. It is caused by mutation. Now this disease is caused by mutation. How you can check that? Here it is written. You can see scientists fixed a mutation, right? And this is called this. So it is caused by mutation. That is very clear from here. And child has to suffer from this condition if it is taken by that particular child. So second has a connection with the fourth option. Now we are left with only third option. Third will be our conclusion. Correcting the mutation, because ultimately in the beginning, you can see in the first option, we can see that they are repairing the genetic mutation. So ultimately the end should be the same. They are correcting the genetic mutation. It will not only make a child healthy, but also can prevent transmission of mutation to future generations. So on the future generations, the sentence will end. Okay. So the exact link is 1, 5, 2, 4, and 3. All right. This is how you will do the para-jumble part. You have to create a link between the words. You have to create a link between the pronouns, it, this, that. You can just focus on these particular sentences, because those sentences cannot be our beginning, right? Because